Welcome back, guys. I am finally going to do a video about this thing. 79 Fairmont project has begun. Sorry, I'm using a new camera here, so I'm trying to figure it out a little bit. New DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's a pretty cool little camera. Anyway, I've started on this thing, and it quickly went from let's do a few things to I've now completely gutted the interior and done sound deadening and insulation in the roof and completely rebuilt the HVAC box and cut holes in the firewall to convert it to air conditioning, and I just got done stripping the whole engine compartment, and I scrubbed and washed the whole thing with super clean and pressure washed it so everything's nice and clean. The tunnel was absolutely disgusting. It had 40 years of oil and transmission fluid in it. So anyway, we started. Let's talk about the dashboard. So this is sitting on this deal here. I got some SEM dye matched to the darker blue on this and re-dyed all of the dark blue plastics in the car. I have ordered the light blue color to re-dye all the light blue plastics on the inside. I've got, I'm going to reskin the headliner. Basically the whole interior, like I've got, come over here. I have a brand new ACC carpet, and those are floor mats. The whole interior is going to be basically brand new, top to bottom. And the reason is, and I'll put a picture in right here, last spring-ish, I started, I thought, oh, I'm going to vacuum it out and, you know, kind of do a few things to it and kind of get it ready. And I did not plan on doing any of this when I first started, but I pulled the back seat up, and you can see it was solid mouse nest underneath the rear seat. And then when I pulled the headliner down, it was solid mouse nest in the top of the headliner. And so that was gross. So the decision was made to gut everything. And I'm really glad that I did. I'm really glad that I took the dash out and everything, because like the whole top of the old HVAC box and like all on the firewall and stuff, there was just mouse shit and piss everywhere in this thing. So I ended up, scrubbed the whole inside of the interior with super clean and soap and stuff, and basically I've washed the whole entire thing. So it's going to be all nice and squeaky clean. And then I did NVX sound deadener on the firewall and up to the rear seat riser, and then I did kill mat from the rear seat riser, and then the trunk is going to get kill mat in it too, just because it's a little cheaper. The NVX is really nice stuff. It's thicker. It's like 90 mil. It's really good stuff, but I didn't want to spend the money on it for the rear part of it. So anyway, this thing is getting a 2007-ish, I think it's a 07 5.3. So it's got all the good Gen 4 internals in it. There's my spare 5.3 right there. And right here is my two-wheel drive 480E that's going to go in this thing. So, ooh, and let's show you this box too. This is cool. VS Racing, that is a brand new 7875 Gen 2.5, so it's got the billet wheel and everything in it. So that would be very nice. Also, I am doing a complete brake upgrade. So I got a 8.8 out of and all the front suspension stuff out of a 95 Mustang. So I'm going 5 lug with it. And I'm doing that pile of stuff right over there is all underneath is all brake parts. So that is all Cobra front brakes, dual piston calipers, and then I've got a Cobra booster and all of the associated parts to go with that. And then I'll put a proportioning valve in too. So it's going to get all brand new brakes all the way around. And then if we can see it down in here, I found a guy locally that had one of these foam mock-up blocks, LS mock-up blocks. But you can see here I've got a Team Z LS Swap K member, Tube K member to go in, and I've got the arms with that too. And then on the shelf over there, I've got new struts, and then I've got the Team Z thing. The Team Z stuff came with the poor man's coilover setup, so that'll be really nice to have all that and get rid of the coil springs in the front. I thought about doing a tube front clip on this thing, but I don't think it's necessary. This thing's going to be basically just a street car, so I don't really need the lighter weight or anything. I am trying to go through and clean and kind of refurb literally everything on this thing as much as I can. You can see I just got done wire brushing my headlight buckets. I'm going to repaint those. Oh, here's more parts over here. So I've got Terminator X is going in. I've got some LED headlights. I've got UPR billet caster camber plates, new lifters and guide trays, a bunch of bearings and seals and all kinds of stuff I've been collecting here. Oh, and I'm also I've got this trick little thing here. I'm going to be attempting to put Volvo electric power steering pump in this thing too. So I got to go to the junkyard and get one of those still, but that should be pretty cool. Anyway, my wife just poked her head in here. That's kind of the overview of this thing. Finally cleared out a bunch of crap in the shop to make room for this thing. I am still, if you look here, that's the top for the trailer, and that's still not done yet, and I've really wanted to start working on my car, so that's probably not going to get done until next spring. But just so people can see, I've got all of my fiberglass supplies for that project, but that's not going to be happening for a few months because I really want to work on car stuff. So anyway, I went through the whole entire dash harness and rewired a bunch of stuff and eliminated wires that I didn't need, and then converting to AC from a non-AC car was interesting. A gentleman by the name of David Giffen in West Virginia, I think is where he is. He was very generous. He's got a whole stash of Fairmont parts, and so he sold me basically all of the ductwork that I needed. He sold me the dash pieces that I needed. He sold me the HVAC box. He sold me wiring harnesses and all that kind of stuff. So I really appreciate that. He was very generous and sold me everything I needed and gave me some tips on what to do. Also, I will throw a picture in here because I don't want to lift that thing up right now and flip it over, but I also have converted the HVAC controls in the dash to the later model SN95 style HVAC controls and put them in where the radio goes. You'll see a picture right here. That turned out pretty good. I had to make a few modifications to the HVAC box to get that to work. and there were a couple wiring things that I had to do, but overall, it's I'm really fortunate that all this Fox body stuff is like they kept a lot of it similar or the same through the whole run, clear up to SN95. So anyway, that should be pretty cool, and I think it looks really good. It doesn't look out of place, but it just has a nice clean look to it. And then I'll show a picture of up above where the controls used to be. I'm going to have stereo controls, and my boost level knob and a few switches and stuff are going to go in that. So anyway, what am I at? 11 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty good. Rambletron overview. Big shout out to Matt Happel at Sloppy Mechanics. You'll probably hear me saying his name a lot through this whole project. He's the king of turbo Fairmonts, and without him providing basically all of his info for free and encouraging people to do this kind of stuff on their own, like I most likely would have never attempted this, because I never thought that I would be able to do it. So big shout out to Matt. He's been a huge help in this. And anyway, that's it. I'll update periodically when I make some good progress. So see you guys next time.